Welcome to Embrace Yourself. My name is Kim, and I'm a movement specialist passionate about joy, health, and happiness. I want each of us to discover our healthiest, happiest selves. But to do that, we have to get up and move. Many of you have been supporting me since day one, January this year, and I am so grateful to all of you, not only for your patience as I learn what the heck I'm doing online and on social media, but also for your likes, comments, and just your subscriptions. This is epic. But for many of you, this may be brand new because I'm going to be going over foam roller exercises for the lower body. The reason I'm doing that, for those of you that have been around, you know I've since learned the importance of a microphone so you could actually hear my cues. So let's get started, and we're going to go through what I hope each of you do every single day when you do movement. If any of you have injuries or pain, I highly recommend using the foam roller prior to your workout because it really is a game changer for decreasing the pain as you're working out. Then again, you foam roll at the end, and I am telling you, you will be amazed at how much better you feel. For some of you, you may be able to just go out, get your workout in, and do your foam rolling at the end. I'm starting with a full-size foam roller, and if anyone does not yet have a foam roller, I'm including links in the description below for some of my favorites for you to order. What I want to do is start laying on my side. Realize that this is going to be difficult for people that cannot quite weight bear, so I've got some other techniques that you can use. But this is for all of you that are okay weight bearing through the upper body. You want to align your shoulder and your elbow so that they're directly underneath one another. Now, many people I watch at the gym tend to sink and sag, and I think you can see that I've let go of my core and my oblique. That puts a huge amount of pressure on the shoulder. So I want to think about lifting up out of the floor and engaging the core. That is what's so awesome about the foam roller. We get core benefit as we roll. Then I start to work my way down towards my knee. I stop just above the kneecap and I roll all the way from the hip down to that knee. For many of you just starting out with foam rolling, you are going to be cursing me, saying, "This hurts." And it does, because there are adhesions in your fascial tissue, and those adhesions are preventing you from moving your most effective way. If it's too painful, take one leg and cross it over the other. That way you can push some of your body weight out of that leg to work your way down. For me personally, I need a spiked roller. Oh, it's so awesome. It really inflicts pain in the right way. But this is a nice IT and outer quadricep known as your vastus lateralis. This is a great foam rolling exercise for those two parts of the body. After that, I like to turn slightly forward. Now, this is where people tend to squeal on me and they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is so painful." That's because this is really that outer quad, and it's very, very excruciating. So again, you can either put the other leg down on the roller to offset some of the pressure, or put that foot down just to push out slightly. I'm always engaging my core as I do this. And when I find a point of pain that really hurts, I like to hold on it just to make sure that I'm getting time under tension to release something called your Golgi tendon organ that's in the muscles. And when that starts to release, the fascial adhesion can release. Now, I'm all about doing things in a choreographed manner, like a dance. So now I'm going to roll onto both of my quads. For some of you, this may be your starting position because this is typically the most gentle of the stretches, unless, of course, you're a runner, in which case some of you, if you haven't been foam rolling, this may be tender. So I'm just focused on getting both quads. I can choose to also tap my heels together like I'm Dorothy and open to get a little more inner thigh on this foam rolling. Or I can reverse, tap my toes together, and I hit more of the outer thigh, that outer quad. So this is another way to hit some of those muscles, just in the event you don't love laying at a 45-degree angle, because I do understand it can be intense. Now, we're going to do the other side, but I want to show you first your piriformis foam rolling stretch. You take one leg, and I'm choosing to take my left leg over the right. I'm leaning into my left side. So very important to remember, lean into the side that the leg is lifted. And this hits a little abductor muscle known as your piriformis. The abductor muscle is responsible for abducting or taking the leg away from the center point. And this muscle gets uber tender. So you want to kind of watch, because for some of you, this will be excruciating. And again, breathe, hold, and just enjoy the moment, because as you breathe and really relax into it, you'll start to feel the muscles and the fascial tissue release and relax. You can even take it all the way up towards the low back, just slightly, but notice I'm on my side. With the foam roller, this is an important safety tip. We never roll our neck, the cervical spine, nor the lumbar spine, those low 5 discs, ever on the foam roller. There are other tools to use, and I've just found it's way too much pressure for areas that don't have enough muscle around it. Now we go to the other side. So again, I make sure that I stack my hips first. I like to start always at the top of the hip and work my way down towards the knee. For most people, I find they see more pain the closer they get to the knee. And wherever I find a point of pain, I hang out, hold, make sure I'm engaging my core, relax my shoulders. I'm trying to keep my arm relatively underneath that shoulder as I go, but realize we are moving down the roller. Again, I roll slightly forward, right about 45 degrees. This is where the pain intensifies, but don't think of the pain as a bad thing. Breathe into it. Be in the moment with your body. These are adhesions that we're trying to get rid of. We're trying to get the fascia to release so we can move the best way possible. Then again, you could roll back onto the quads and roll those one more time, or you can come to your piriformis. Once again, this time I'm taking my right leg, crossing it over my left. I'm leaning into my right side, but I'm really trying to keep the bulk of my weight off of my upper body. I'm focusing the weight into those glutes. So this is that piriformis stretch once again, and then I work my way down and maybe just get in to the very part of the low back, but on the side. So I like to call it what my clients refer to it as the muffin top, the bundt cake, maybe the mini layer cake, kind of that cushy area. It's known as your QL, quadratus laborum, and it's a low back muscle. So I just get in there and kind of dig in. There are 2 more that I'd like to show you, and that is for the shins. I can come right up on top just below the knee and work my way down to the ankles. For many of us, if we aren't runners, this isn't that exciting. And notice I'm really keeping my weight over the roller. But for my runners, you always hear about shin splints. This will revolutionize your running. And then I can also roll just to the side. So I'm shifting my weight. These are the fibularis muscles. We have fibularis longus and brevis. So you can work side to side, and I'm just shifting my weight sideways on the shins. This is wonderful for everybody because these muscles are so active in the ankle complex movement. And in addition to that, anyone who wears heels, woo, you are going to love this little stretch. That is the game changer right there. Finally, if you want, I have some clients who like to roll their calves on the foam roller, and they even cross a leg over, trying to put more weight. For me personally, I have other tools I prefer, and I will definitely demonstrate those later on, because I find that I just can't get enough body weight on those calves to really feel like it's making much difference. But try it and see what you think. In addition, for some people, this is hard to weight bear and hold yourself up, but it's a great upper body workout if you want to try that. You could also take the roller just above the knee. Notice I'm also not rolling my knees with the foam roller. I have tools for that as well. But then you can also try rolling out those hamstrings. Again, it's hard because my body weight is behind me, So this is a little bit tricky to really get much oomph. I'm trying, but I have tools that I prefer for the back side of my legs. But if you only have a foam roller, give it a shot, and I'd love to hear if you have a technique that you find works for you. We're all learning all the time, every day, and that's what's so awesome. So I hope you enjoyed this foam roller series, and I hope this time it helped because you could finally hear the cueing. Any questions that you have, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I'm always interested in responding and just learning and helping whoever needs a little bit more assistance. Thanks for joining, and I'll be sure to see you tomorrow.